Are you with me? Hi. Oh, you have fabulous eye makeup. How are you?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna fangirl out on you for a second. I just love you. You are the most person. I watch you all the time on your YouTube, and I was laid off last year for 7 months, and I watched you on your live on TikTok almost every day, and it got me through it because it was a really hard time. And I just cannot believe that you are right here in front of me right now. It is by the grace of God, Amy, and I thank you. I think
I love you. Oh no, you are fabulous yourself. You know what? I also think it's funny. Okay, so look at this. So your sign over here. It says you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. Do you see your sign up there on the right? What it says?
Oh, yeah.
So it's both. So you can be mine and I can be yours. Well, I appreciate it. I don't know, I don't see what an impact, I guess you would make, or like what I do. Like this is,
Where did you go? Oh, there you are.
You're
Okay.
fine. No, I'm here. I never get to see, really what an impact I'm making. But as I like meet people, and as my clients come up, and as I meet people out, in the real world, like I just hear the most amazing stories, and that's all I want to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and then first of all, you are
Oh,
gorgeous on the outside too. On the inside, I just always admire, and I got off of work and I touched my makeup. I'm like, I gotta look good for Amy. I gotta look good. So I just have to tell you, girl, you got it going on.
Thank you. Well, you got the whole thing today, and I'm sorry. Today is like it's
No,
been storming and thunderstorming all day. So okay, you get it. So yeah, it's been thunderstorming all day, and so I had to, just kind of put my hoodie on. Well, I like your hair. Your makeup looks fabulous. You do look good. I always tell my husband. He goes, "Why do you do your makeup?" I said, "We do it for other girls, not for men."
Yeah, not for men. Not for
Not for men.
No.
No.
Because my
Thank
husband's
you.
like, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
mine doesn't either. And so I'm here with you. Well, you know how I roll, you know how I work. Thank you for letting me be a little bit behind. I always have like 5 minutes in between sessions. And so when something goes over, or like somebody, it just
yeah,
pushes
that's
me
not a
back and
problem.
back and back. You get it.
Yeah.
So you already know how I do this. So I get signs and symbols, I get feelings and emotions. They put me in different situations and make me relive, refeel, and re-see things. And the last thing is I get words and phrases, that whole thing. I know that we want to channel a couple of people. Man, can we do charts and everything like that for you too? Can I just give the whole shebang for you? Can I do all
Whatever
of
you
it?
have time for, I'm game for. And you record this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to send it to you tomorrow morning.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about taking notes. I just want to really just be in the moment.
Good, good. Yeah, so many people do. They bring their notepad and I'm like, don't focus. I'm like, it's all recorded. That's why it's there. Just be with me. So hang out. I'm going to look around like a crazy person. I have my music going on over here. So I accidentally pulled up your appointment. I don't really like to pull up any of my appointments before anything. And I accidentally pulled up your appointment before all of my stuff because I was clicking on my freaking Outlook calendar. And I think your dad has just been here for a while. He's just been here for a while, which is nice. He hold on. Now I'm gonna try to like calm myself down because he's on a different level than I am. Let me tell you that. This person is like your rock. So I'm gonna go Michael. I also like that his name is Michael. So like the angel, archangel. He is your rock. He's like, okay, calm down. Let's start talking about this. Like that's how his personality is. And he says, I'm excited too. He's very straightforward, very nice. Yes. He says that almost a little dry in a good way. Yes. He goes like this. He goes, I have a sense of humor. Like that's to the extent of that. So if that tells you anything about personality, one, I feel him hugging you and patting you. I feel what your back feels like. Interesting. I can feel that. Oh, what? who likes wearing a bra? You don't like wearing a bra. Who get over this thing? He's talking about like, just, it's weird. He's talking about like how it like really like impedes or really something like that. Weird. Maybe you also, do you have a lot of back? You don't have a lot of back pain though. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but I
Yeah.
do, like, my bra is, I mean, I have, I'm well endowed, and so,
Oh,
and
are
they're
you?
natural. And so I mean, the bras always like cutting and like,
Cutting.
all the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah,
weird
you
that he
can't
would
see
bring
it
that
from
up.
here. Well, no, and it's not that. It's how he made me pat your back. And so when
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
patting your back, you can feel like how we don't like this. This is too restricting. It's off. There's like all
Yeah.
these things that show up. And so there's so many things. What? Hold on. Oh, that was a lot. What, Dad? Come here. In honor of me, everything is in honor of me. You really do take the time to like, honor your father. You do take the time to like say things. You do take, oh, daddy would like this, or dad would like this, or but all that. He says that he has grandkids. Apparently he just gets the option of looking at him up here. That's just, he said he has the honor of watching them from up here. He says that, what? Oh God. So his life was taken away. Why though? He says, that's what he goes. He says God had other plans, and he snuffs it out. And I go, okay, we're going to talk about how that is. He says that he really says that he didn't have a choice. So that means, obviously that means he didn't do this, which is nice. He says that what happened? I feel like, I mean, I know that it was quick, but I feel like in a way of like him not almost like even recognizing that he crossed over, which is interesting. But why is that? Hang on. Why? What does that mean? Tell me. Hang on. He's wearing jeans and little brown leather shoes in my head. And like his jeans are like a little bit too loose. Interesting. He says that, what are you doing? His clothes are a little bit too big for him. I feel like, why? He used to be a very fit guy. He was very adventurous. He had very nice muscles and stuff like that when he was younger. And he's talking about how he got to be like this. He would be like this little old man now. But what? I'm going to try to. He didn't get shot. He keeps talking about shooting, and he didn't get shot. He keeps talking about, so maybe we just really like shooting. That's a whole nother thing. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
He shows me rifles, but I just dealt with a murder.
Gosh.
Okay. Yeah, he just showed me like old school rifles.
I have his old rifles.
Do you really?
I do, yeah. He was a huge hunter, and I have some of his old hunting rifles. He gave me, when he passed, my mom, I got all of his guns, and I sold a lot of them because I was a teenager, and
you don't need all of them.
But I kept like 3 of them, and I have them here at my house, and yeah. That's
Good,
and he was
good,
a huge hunter, huge into guns. Yeah.
Massive. Yeah, he keeps talking about, wait, but you don't have them out, you have them put up though.
Yes.
Yeah, he says put him out, and I go, I don't know if she can put him out. I think for some reason like there may be little kids or something running around, and we don't want them out all the way. And he says like put him up, and I'm like, okay. Anyways, there's a whole conversation going on. He says that, what happened to you? Tell me. He wants to say goodbye to you. He loves you. This is not goodbye. This is see you later. He didn't get an option of doing that. He says, I wonder if he ended up like having like a massive heart attack, like really quickly or something. Like, I don't know why it was so fast. Why did he go so quickly though? Because I feel like we weren't feeling very good for a long
Do
time.
you want me to tell you, or?
Yeah. What is that about?
He
Why
was
so fast?
he was in a car accident.
Car
and it
accident.
wasn't his fault.
Yeah. Okay, that would make sense. Cool. Yeah.
And they
he's
said
not.
They said it would happen really fast.
Yeah, he didn't feel any pain. And so he goes like this. He says, I said, what happened to you? What was going on? And he goes, man, it was like so he had no idea. So no wonder he was confused. But he talks about being in shock. So I'm like, heart attack, but I don't feel that. He says that.
Well, there was
Hmm.
what we were told is that the steering wheel punctured his lung.
His lungs. Okay, yeah, because remember earlier I was like, what happened? And he keeps going like this, but I don't. Yeah, okay, so it went all the way through. That's totally a thing. He says that. Did he live in the country though? Did he live out in the country? Yeah,
We did.
he says, oh, he says things like this don't happen out there. That's why. And I'm about to move on to 35 acres out in the middle of nowhere. And so he like equates that over here. And he says that, what, bud? So the was it like a single lane road and the other person came in and like hit him head on? Yeah. Okay.
Or caused him, the kid, it was like a 22-year-old, he fell asleep at the wheel, swerved into my dad's lane. My dad was driving a big work truck and
that's the big
swerved to miss him.
And then that's what happened. Yeah. He goes, I said, so how did this go? How did this go? And he goes like this. And I go, okay. He says that, man, that sucks. One.
He was just too young.
He was too young. Yeah, he was. Hold on, I'm gonna see how he just got a piece of paper. It goes like that. I don't know what that means yet. Hold on. He's talking about a slip, but what does that slip mean? Hold on. Weird. Hold on.
Can I show you?
Yeah, what is that about? What is that?
Is that?
What is that?
It's a note. It's a note that he left, one of the last notes that he wrote to my mom and my sister and I.
And it's just really.
And I have it in a frame. And I have it sitting in my little reading nook in my house. Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's literally, this is just a notepad. He goes like this. It's like if you had a pen and you went like this, and he goes like, look at this.
It's right here and it's always in the same spot. I just happen to be doing this in my little reading nook. And so that, yeah.
Oh, I've never had that. You've watched, I've never had that before. That's a new thing for me. Oh, I'm so glad that you're so oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I was like, I'm like, this is not detention slip. What note is this? What are we talking about? Okay, he knows. He says that, he goes, yep, like that. He like nods his head. What? So what happened? Right here. It's like right there. He's in my body, I think. Tell me. Hold on. So what after? How old are you? I'm trying to get him to see how old you are. I don't think you were in your 60s. Was he like 58, maybe?
Younger.
How old was he? 52? What was
46.
he at? Oh my 46. God. So he was, wow, he was very, very young. Interesting. Yeah, he keeps talking about no near close to retirement age, but old enough to know better. And so I'm like 55, like right there. So, wow.
I used to call him, I always just tease him and call him my old man.
He was your old man.
Yeah. I'm like, he was always like old man.
Well, yeah, and it's because he's also always outside, so he's weathered. You know, he doesn't have any fat in his face. He what? He says, I'll tell you, old. Look at you. Like he's joking.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, she's not old. You shut up. That's not a thing yet. He says that, what? How old are your kids?
Oh, my oldest is 29. And then my sister has 3.
Wow.
So I just have the one.
Wow. Okay. This is what he said. He says, when she was saying that to me, she was about as old as her kids were, like that, like just saying. And I said, how, when he talks about them being in like their 20s in my head for some reason. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So there's like that connection that goes across.
Yeah. They're 29, 27, 23, 24, and then my sister's youngest is 17.
Oh my God. So they are all, wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. He watches them. Wait, so let's ask about that. We're going to figure out all that. Ooh. He just showed me a fine hair little baby. And
Are
I
you kidding?
don't know. No. Fine hair little baby. What is that?
My niece is
Mm-hmm.
pregnant. Our 17-year-old, my 17-year-old niece, the family, I mean, we're happy because it's a baby, but it's hard to kind of wrap around it, because she hasn't even graduated from high school yet. And she's pregnant, and she's very, very happy. Very happy.
Can I tell you what he did? This is a new one for me too. He's not so much words. He is a little bit, but he's showing me signs like I just showed you. He shows me an image of if I'm sitting here, he has this and he has a baby like this, and you can see its head right here and very fine. When you touch a baby's head, it's very
Yeah.
fine. And he makes me see this and goes like this. And I can feel it. And he's talking about, I have this baby and he's coming over here.
Oh,
Okay. So it's a whole
oh,
thing. Yeah. You got to let him know it's good. Do we think it's going to be a boy?
no, we don't know yet.
We don't know
Yeah.
yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know. Only reason is because he showed me like very light pale blue. That's it.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never seen that before, but it's just almost like powder baby blue. And so for me, I'm like, boy, but I don't feel masculine or feminine. I'm just going off the color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says that, tell me, what about it? They're talking about her when she has this baby, not only just being very shaken up, but maybe it may be very hard for her body for some reason. I don't know why. Like more over than the normal, and so I'm trying to figure out why. Why is that? Hang on. Because they talk about her. Oh, is that why? Is the father of the child not going to be in her life?
He hasn't been around. He hasn't been to any appointments. My
Yeah.
sister was telling me that she hasn't seen him at all.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, I said, why is this? Because I'm thinking, does she have hemorrhaging? Is she bleeding out? Because that's where my mind goes. And he says that emotionally, it'll make her shake. It'll be really hard because just the pure lack of care and trust and love coming from the sperm donor. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have to like circle around her as women and as family and say, look, you don't always need this in your life. Let it go.
Yeah.
Is she what? What about her? Tell them about the other one. The 29-year-old they keep bringing up over and over and over again. Are they trying to do like a big career switch or something like that? Or like big like shift with them?
Well, he talked to me about it, but I mean, my son is like, so like, it's hard for him to follow through on things. Like he's a hard worker. He does really well,
Yeah.
but the motivation, so he's talked about it to me, and I have encouraged him to make that leap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're just talking about 29. They just put a tie on. They put a suitcase or a briefcase. They put job and they put switch or going into. And I'm like, okay, so maybe that's the thing that's going to happen. While I'm sitting here, while I'm thinking about this, let me look at his chart in comparison to yours because I want to show you how you can encourage him better or how we need to maybe like do it a little bit differently. So this is only going to take me like 5 minutes. I just want to get this off my brain. Where did there it is. Okay, so I'll tell you mine. So my birthday is November 7th of 1988. When is his?
My son's is 2294, February 2nd of
Oh.
94. He just had a birthday.
Oh, yay. Okay. Happy birthday. Hang on. And then do you know where he was born at? What city? I was in Houston.
Yeah, he was born in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, you're the Oregon person.
Well,
Interesting.
that's where I'm mainly from. Yeah, I mean, I live in
Okay.
Washington now, but
Oh, okay. No, okay. Only reason I say that is because interesting. Sorry, I just had a random message from YouTube pop up. Only reason is because my last session, I was channeling, and they kept talking about people being in Washington State and Oregon, and it didn't make any sense. Like, didn't make
oh,
any
that's
sense at all.
funny.
And so,
Yeah.
so I
Yep.
guess they were talking about you. And then give me your date of birth. When is yours?
92573.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. And then do you know what city do you remember what city you were born in?
I was born in Dover, Ohio.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Who was military? Or was somebody military then? Just because I'm just asking.
My dad is former military.
Oh, he
He's
was.
retired, I mean, he got out, he was in the Navy. And then,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Okay. Was he ever in San Diego?
I'm not sure. I don't,
Okay. Only
unfortunately, when he passed, I was a teenager. And so I wish I would have,
yeah.
being older and knowing now to like talk to him about it. And he was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
you just don't really think about it and to talk to your parents about that stuff, unfortunately.
I I know. I'm right there with you. I go back and I think, man, even though my dad passed 2.5 years ago, I wish I would have sat back and said, what was it like when you were two? Or what
Yeah.
was it like? What was it like for you in Russia? What was it like
Mhm.
for you growing up in upstate New York during the Depression? Like, he was born in 35. So,
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, damn, I mean, we can still channel them, but they're not in that
Well,
experience
he lived
anymore.
a
So
long
it's,
life.
oh yeah, he was born in 1935 and he passed 2 years ago. Yeah, and
Wow.
I was the youngest of seven sisters, so he had me at 54.
Wow.
Uh huh. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh yeah, my mom was 22 years younger than him, and so that's where all this came from. It was very, very intense growing
Oh,
up.
wow.
So well, I could talk to you all because I love you. No wonder. With oh, okay, I'm just gonna look at this real. This person is so bright, they can be so brilliant, but they could let their emotional state hinder them to the umpteenth degree, and they could just hide away. They can be very,
That's
very
100%.
creative, but they don't know how to deal with their deep emotions. This person should be an artist, or they should be somebody that yeah, they should be an artist, or they should be somebody that like does creative videos and just stuff like that. What does he do?
Well, for one, he is a cook, but he's an artist. He is a phenomenal artist. Like
Yeah.
amazing where I'm like, Bud, you got to get your stuff out there. Like you have to get your stuff out there. And the lack of like the
Mhm.
motivation to do it,
Mhm. Mhm. What does
but
he
like
do art for? What is his thing? What is his area?
he just well, mainly like old cartoon art. And then
Yeah.
like he'll draw pictures of like Pokemon, because he was like, grew up with Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, but he gets into that. But then it's really hard to explain his art. When I show people, they're like, that's in his mind. Like the characters that he
Mhm.
creates is very cartoon, but very detailed, but like something like
Yeah. Yep.
crazy.
Yes. So do you
He's
want to
been
know
up.
where that comes from? Yeah, so let me tell you. So he could almost, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. He could be ADHD and like slightly autistic, or come like high functioning, like in that area. Only reason because I see these patterns inside of the sign. So his sun sign is outer personality is in Aquarius. It's brilliant. It's smart. It's a collective. It's quirky. It's every color of the rainbow. It's very artist, line drawing, editing, all of that. Then his emotional side, his moon is in Scorpio, so it's feeling, it's
Oh,
imaginative, it's deep,
100%.
it's emotional, it's dark, it can hold him back, but it also can cause him to go deep within his mind and like pull these things out. His communication style is in Pisces, so he doesn't necessarily know how to, I mean, he knows how to talk, but he may not know how to talk about all this intensity that's inside of his head. So he'd be better working by himself all the time, or having his own thing, or having his own studio. His Venus, his love sign, is an Aquarius as well. That's very thought provoking. That's air. That's drawing. That's art. That's anything with computers and technology. That's editing videos. His Mars, his masculine sign, is also an Aquarius. So again, it's the same thing. So this means he needs to do art, draw, do production, anything like that. But he has to have like his own studio. He wouldn't be good working underneath another team. Now, the other thing that would be really good is that his Jupiter, which is how he gains his luck in life, is also in Scorpio. So the way that he does stuff is by kind of like being by himself, pulling things out of his heart and his mind, and then putting it on paper and causing it, like pushing it out there. He needs somebody to be his manager. He needs somebody to push out his work, but he just needs to push it out there. And who would be a really good person to do that?
Well, he doesn't live near me. That's the only
Okay.
thing, is that he lives far away from, not far,
Well,
but
good,
you know, it's
good.
like
You
a
don't,
9 hour
good.
drive.
You know, there's a thing called the internet. He can send it to you and we can figure
That's
out how
true.
that goes. Okay, so let me tell you about why you'd be a good manager. Because, so he has all this air and water. Think about that element, air. It's everywhere, right? You can't really contain it. What about water? It needs something to be put in, right? Otherwise, it just all over with everything. So what needs to hold it in? Earth. Right? So guess who? You have your sun sign in Libra, but your moon, your emotional side, is in Virgo. That's an earth sign. It's very matter of fact. It's exact. You're a perfectionist. That's why your hair is perfect. Your skin is perfect. Everything is. That's why you can, not in a bad way, I have a lot of Virgo in me too. We can be a little bit neurotic on things. Okay, is this here? Oh my God, we're going to double check it and check it again. Ah, like that. Okay.
So
the other
funny.
thing though too, it's good though, but then the other thing is your Mars, your masculine side, and your drive is in Taurus. So it's another earth sign. And so his is in this air, light, and you are in this grounded earth. Any person that has Taurus in their Mars owns their own business, needs to be somebody else's boss, needs to like push people around and tell them what to do, not always in a bad way, or you need to be in like housing, or you need to do anything with design, or flipping homes, or real estate, or anything like that. But you also need to be somebody like a business owner and like running a team. And you guys are perfect together. You are tit for tat. He will never be as driven and grounded as you, but you will never have the brilliant ideas that he does, because you will pinpoint and think too critically. He doesn't pinpoint and think critically. He thinks abstractly. That's why. Okay, so you're both two parts of one whole, and it's beautiful. So the other thing too is that your Jupiter, how you gain your luck, guess what that's in? That's in Aquarius. That's what he is. So how you find your happiness in life is through his sign. So one of the things is, so if he succeeds, you will feel good for yourself. But this also means to me is maybe you need to work together. Maybe you need to do this, because when you're thinking outside the box, when you are feeling quirky, when you are feeling a little crazy in a good way, that's when your highest vibration comes out. Okay, so helping him would be really good. Now the other thing, so let's flip the script real quick. We have a thing called a Saturn. It means if we are acting in this vibration, bad things will happen. So yours is interesting. Yours is in Cancer. So don't try to push family so hard that it makes people run away. Don't try to keep people around you if they don't want to be kept around you. Also, don't try to block people out and just say, no, whatever, cut them off. I'm going to stay in my house. I don't think you act like this way at all, but this would be like the lower vibrational state. Usually this is because we put up a wall and we don't want to be hurt anymore. Now his is in Pisces, which means wishy-washy. Oh, I'll do it when I get to it. It doesn't matter. And so that's his lower vibrational state. So you see that and you don't like that. So let's go even a little bit further. So your north node, what your soul is trying to become, is in Capricorn. You're trying to become a business owner. You're trying to become this grounded individual that almost like, I don't care if it's an empire in business or it's an empire in your family. So it's you, your son, their family. It's like, let's go to mom's. I got it, you know, and that's what you're creating. His north node, what his soul is trying to become, this is very interesting. He is trying to become a Taurus. which is what you naturally are. So this means that, okay, this is what happens. So this means y'all are karmatic. So he can learn from you. You can learn from him. But will he? The other thing that's very interesting here is that we have a thing called a second house. It's like our base vibration. It's just, if we take all these signs away, it's what we naturally are underneath it all. Yours is in Sagittarius, so yours is logical, competitive, strong. You learn about everything, like, well, come on, let's go get it done, like that. Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh, yeah.
and then his is in Gemini, so his is all about communication, talking, getting out there, seeing the world. But will he get there? Will he get there? You are already there. Okay, so you should be his manager in a way. You should push him, but still make it seem like it's his idea. You know, that's the whole thing. You would be great at being able to organize his thoughts, organizing his ideas, organizing his art, and like putting it out there. I just want to let you know. So he could pump it out, but
Well,
you
I
could
have
really make it
talked to
happen.
him about, and I've
Yeah?
talked to him about, I have a screen printer place up by my house, and I have some of his artwork. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to take it there and see if they can at least like make some stickers, make some t-shirts, so he could
Yeah.
possibly start getting those out there and just handing them to people that he
Uh-huh.
knows and getting his artwork out there. That's funny that you bring
Mm-hmm.
that up because, and um, him and I are extremely close.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
Mm-hmm.
son is everything to me. And so I would do anything for him.
I know, and you will, and you are the little engine that could, okay, and can and will, and I get it. So it's funny too that I have, my only son. It's my 10-year-old child, and like that is my, bread and butter and my everything. So I totally understand
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
And I think your dad, if you hold on, let's see, hold on, hmm. Interesting. I wonder if he could. You should email me some of his art. Let me look at it and
Oh yeah.
brainstorm on it.
Yeah.
Like just what he does. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how crude or anything like that.
It's
So
not
one
crude,
of the
no.
things. Oh, I know. One of the things that kind of like popped in my head for a second is you could even make, get like t-shirts, put them in primary colors, so like yellow, red, blue, whatever it is, like single ones. And then you get his art and you make a big enough picture where people can see it, but small enough to where it like only goes on the pocket. Or maybe you get a pocketed shirt and it fits right here. And then you like embroider a slogan like "this day only gets better" or something. I don't know, just like make it kind of like fun, quirky, but you put his art out there, that way it's like a brand,
Oh,
you
that's a good
know
idea. Yeah, that's a
too.
great idea.
Yeah, but then people also, depending on what it is, like if it, let's say he has Pikachu, right? And like he's putting up his lightning bolt, then you have that in your pocket and then it says, "Have a shockingly good day." I know that seems very, small, but people would really gravitate to that,
Oh, that's
that would
great.
be, I don't know, so think about that. And I happen to know
Yeah.
people that do embroidery and, screen printing. So you let me know. Hold on. I want to go and ask him. Tell me about it, Dad. Him and your mom were still married at that point in time, correct? Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. He says like just talking to your mom or talking to this mother energy and saying, or like trying to talk to this and say like I love her, like putting that out there. Says that what? Was like mom not allowing you to get too close to her? Were y'all like not having a great relationship after this?
My mom and I don't talk anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I just can't, like there was just a lot of just negative, and she
Yeah.
remarried, and it was just a lot, and I just finally had to say I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, he tells her in my head, just like her energy, because it doesn't feel like it's around you. And he just says, I love her. And then I go, okay, well, why are you telling her and not telling me to tell her to tell her? And he puts that there's this block or this wall. And I go,
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
And he says that, hold on. Did, did you not, wait, Did you not meet his mother?
Oh no, but not
You
very
wouldn't.
much though. Like, um, she lived in Ohio. We were living in Oregon.
Oh,
She,
okay.
I think she only came out to visit maybe once or twice when we were little,
Once or
and we didn't get back
twice.
there very often, only one time as kids. So I wasn't
Yeah.
close with his mom.
Okay, okay. Only reason, so there's a feeling of, he says, I said, so who watches her? What happened? What was going on? And I said, your mom? Like, because it usually that's what ends up happening. He says, no, no. He says, like, my mom or my mother didn't really get to know her, get to know them a
Yeah,
whole lot.
yeah.
And I go, okay. She obviously watches after people now, like it's a whole other thing. He says that, tell me about her. Did the man that you're Wait, did your mom get remarried like 2 or 3 years after your dad had passed? Was it like fairly quickly? I mean, even shorter than that.
I mean,
Okay.
she's had two marriages since he's passed and
Oh.
has been with multiple.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. He says, I said, so how long? I said, so is she happy? And he talks about having other men with other families or like implement this and how quick it was and how we just are like a serial dater, like Hopper at the same time. He says that one. I feel like your dad was the only one that could control her in a way.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, Amy,
yeah.
100%. A hundred
Yeah.
percent. He was the
Yeah.
freaking rock. He kept our whole family together.
No. I know.
He
I know.
did.
He
He did.
loves
He
you.
was just,
I know. And then he
I just,
left. And then he
is he,
tell me. He's proud of you.
I just, that's what I want to know. Like,
He's proud of you.
I want to know if he's around as much as I think he's around me.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into that. So let's go into like what he sees and what he does. So he is not so much in his body. He'll hop in mine, but he doesn't really associate himself with that so much. It is probably because he's been gone for quite a while. So he's more
Yeah.
of a spirit. He's more of an energy. I would say definitely you would either hear his voice when he shows up like inside, or you would just know dad's here. And so that's his soul kind of like showing up and hitting those markers in your head. He says that, what? Ha. You're okay, so you're not with your son's father, correct? Like that thing sailed. Yeah, he says that was a piece of work. I go, okay. He says that, what? Did that ship with the ex, like with his dad, did that come into port and then sail out really quickly? Like with that guy?
It did as soon as I found out I was pregnant, but I
Pregnant.
knew him for so
Yeah.
long. Like we rode the same school bus together.
Oh,
And then, you know, yeah, that,
yeah.
yes, it was,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, this is all he said. I said, I go, Dad, because he's showing me signs. I said, what is that? And he goes, oh, she was so enamored with him, like, oh, oh, like that. And then he goes, that ship came in and then it left. And I'm like, okay, fine. He says that, tell me about her life. You know, I love the way you get ready. I love the way you do your makeup. And I love how you, like, you don't feel fully done unless you do it, but you do go out, like you do go out like that every so often, but you are always made up, you do always look beautiful. Yeah, because he says, I go, so what about this? I said, is this like, me too, I have to put on my eyebrows, otherwise I look like a thumb. I said, so what about her? How is that? And he goes, oh no, she's always washing it. And then it's like, oh God, I'm terrible, I can't go out like this, you know. And he's talking about, but you're just gonna go to the grocery store, like what do you mean, you know? And you're like, oh, they can't see me, like that. And he's like, all right. He says that, tell me, you go, I find some I like and I just keep it, but I'm a sucker for it all. So I mean, the creams and the lotions and the potions,
Oh,
you have your thing. Yeah, yeah. He's talking about how it's like, oh, this is good, I'm gonna keep this, but you have like all these other ones. I go, okay. So he's talking about being in your bathroom with you. He says that, tell me. Oh, that was you. That was you. Were you with your buddy when you had to put him down? Were you with Charlie when he passed? Yeah. Yeah, that was you. That was your buddy. Sorry, I didn't mean to spring that on you. Your dad just brought up
that
a
was,
dog. Yeah.
is he there?
Yeah. Yeah. That was your buddy. So your dog was with me last session as well. He comes up, he's very calm. Very loving. He puts his little head like this, and you can just see him. You know how they get a little nervous and they do a little tongue thing, right? But you can feel it. This dog just loves you. Loves you.
I,
Uh, that's your big
Amy,
boy.
the love that I have for this dog
I know. That's your
is
child.
like
That's
no
almost
other.
like, I know. It's almost more than your child. Maybe if not, he says, "Tell me, bud. You did treat him well. You treated him well the entire time. Like, he had a great life with you. You don't need to question that. Your dad's bringing him in, by the way. That's the whole thing. He says that he, like, makes a joke that maybe you like him better than me. Like, it's these two people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a whole
I've
thing.
said that when
He,
I lost Charlie, when I lost him, and I said, I feel like this is a worse pain than when I lost my dad. Like I told my
oh,
husband that, and I said, it was an unbelievable pain. I go, I feel bad. I said, because I feel like I'm crying more over this dog than
my
I
dad.
did,
Then your dad. That's,
when my dad
yep.
passed.
Uh-huh, because that's your buddy. He says that. Tell me. Do you still have his collar up? Where's that at? Is it up? Like, do you have the shrine up for him?
His collar's right in front of me,
Oh,
right
you do
in my
have
other
it up.
spot. I have pictures of him everywhere. I've pictured him in my bathroom. I mean, his collar. I mean, like I said, this
It's right
dog.
there.
He he was there
Yeah.
with me in a time that I
Mm-hmm.
needed him most, and he
Mm-hmm.
was brought into my life, and I'm so
Yeah.
grateful.
Oh, I see it. I feel it. It's a whole thing. He goes, Charlie, he goes and he makes me look, and he makes me look up. So it'd be like above him. And he goes, which is like collar. So
Oh,
that means it's like, so he's talking about that. He says that, what? I love his paws. They're great. You can just feel them, and his little toes go together so well. Hold on. So tell me about this. What? He like kind of like rolls over on his side, and you can see his belly, and you can hear him go like that, and you can feel how wide he is, like how squishy he is, and you can what? He's like your foot warmer. He is your foot warmer. He is, and he wants to be in bed with you. I know you don't let him always do that, but he wants to. Like that's not a thing. He's yeah, he's with you all
he
the
loved to
time.
be
He
in bed
said,
with me.
yeah, you can feel the covers. You can feel that. He says that so y'all had a crate for him, but we don't need to put him in there apparently because we have some sort of backyard and we're okay with that. Was like, did he have like a metal crate like on the outside? But he's not a crate dog.
No, no, he never. No,
Yeah,
no, he didn't.
weird. Yeah, because he keep tell me.
Our other. This is a crazy question, but we had our three dogs together. My husband had two, and then I had my Charlie,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the other two had a crate. And I
Oh,
want to know, like, is he there with Lucy and Tiago? I know it sounds crazy, but like,
oh no, no,
they were
you're
all
okay.
buddies at the end.
Yeah, okay. Are they all like is like one and I'm just colors in my head. So he's blonde. Is one like black and one brown? Are they all like the whole okay. Okay.
Well, yeah, Lucy was a chocolate lab, and then Tiago
It's
was
chocolate.
like, I don't know,
Yes.
brownish, kind of different,
Brownish.
darker.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, sorry. So this is what he showed. He showed him being blonde and then he had like brown, so like chocolate, and then he had like dark and I'm like black. I'm like whatever this was. So you have the whole color of the rainbow. But was Diago like not a lab all the way?
No, not a lab at all.
Oh, what is he?
Chihuahua.
That's why
He,
he's so different.
he was
Interesting.
honoring.
So okay, okay. Yeah, this is what he said. So you can see this brown sitting next to him, like, okay, lab, obviously, right? Like this whole thing. And then they just show this black spot. It's not the dog, but it's just like the soul. And I'm like, it's not a lab. What is this? They say that tell me. The two labs love each other. love each other.
They
Like,
were buddies.
yeah, very much so. Hold on. Did we get her spayed?
Or the lab, the
Yeah,
chocolate lab was
yeah,
spayed, yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. I go, why didn't y'all have puppies? And they turned to her and they talk about, they showed me a spade, like on a card, like a spade of
Oh yeah.
cards.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm like, oh, okay. Always when they have labs, they always have puppies. So that's why I was like, what is this? They say that, tell me, what happened with you? Don't die on me. What are you doing? I think our female chocolate lab, did she have cancer?
She just had well, Charlie had cancer. My
Charlie had
lab
the
had
cancer.
cancer.
Your
Hmm.
had
He had
cancer.
tongue
Okay.
cancer. Hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Hmm. So when you
Oh
said
my
that
god.
about him, with his
With the
tongue, and
tongue.
so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to get like a chunk of his tongue removed, and then they said it was gone, and then it came back, and then there was just so many other problems, and I unfortunately had to make that
Could have
decision.
put him down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody talks about lab, and then they throw up. They're talking about the female. They had them. They're kind of like all sitting in front of me. Well, these two are sitting in front of me, and they talk. They go cancer, and I'm like, okay, is the chocolate lab this? And they say that, and then I hear you saying like Charlie be with me or stay with me or whatever this is, but you also know that they have to let them go. He says that. Were you really questioning? I mean, were you really questioning if it was the right time to let him go?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It, it's never the right time. Hold on.
What'd you say?
I said it's never the right
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but it was. Um, hold on. We're like petting his little ears. Did you like give him one last sniff before you let him go? Like, what is that about? Or were you just like on him?
I was right. I mean, I was like right
Yeah,
there on the floor with him.
you were
And I
on with
just,
him. That's why.
and like,
Yeah,
his face was right there.
yeah.
I loved his face. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay. All I feel, this is what I feel. It's like if somebody had me and they're holding me and they're like, and I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
just know that he knows. And he loves you. He hasn't left you. He's sitting next to you. Like that's where he's at right now. Your chocolate lab is in the house. The Chihuahua is here, but he's not here. He's not in the room. It's like we're in this house, but he's not in the room. Um,
Well, he ornery.
Yeah, very ornery. Likes
Yeah.
to be on top of furniture. Likes to be barking at things. Like likes
Oh,
to be there all the
yeah.
time. One weird. Are you ever going to get like a? Did you see this? Doesn't make any sense either. Were you ever going to get like a Shetland or like a sheepdog or like a something like
Um,
that?
I got a Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu. You oh shit.
I
Okay, that's what that is.
Yep.
Do you have one right now?
Hmm. Yeah,
You have a
I do.
Shih Tzu. Okay, I
Hmm.
keep hearing this. It's like Sheltie, sheepdog,
Yeah.
Shih Tzu, and I'm like, shh. Okay, that's what that is. Oh, I didn't know that. Hold on. That dog's a mess. In a good way. That dog's a mess. That's like the collective all of them. Apparently you really, really love that dog, but we can like pick him up and move him around and whatever we want. Like that
Yep.
is your child. And you can
Yep.
see
Yep.
like the hair poof, 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 poof going around. Charlie likes this dog, but I mean stays beside you all the time. Like that's your animal. I just want to let you know. Dad, come here, Dad. Tell me, bud. Hold on. What? He's gonna be here with the labs. He doesn't particularly care for the Chihuahua. That's not really his thing. He's the lab person. Tell me. Okay, so you're still married right now? Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, I am married. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, you are. Okay, cool. So he goes like this. He says, "Tell your husband I said hi." That's all he said.
Oh,
So he's just like
he
telling him
my
hi.
my dad would love him.
He does.
My dad would
He
love
thinks
him.
he's.
He's such a
Mhm,
good husband. He is such a good man
mhm,
to me. And
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, he thinks he's a really, really good guy.
he is.
Apparently, he not only works hard, but he plays hard at the same time. He needs to relax. You take really good care of him. You need to take. You also take good care of yourself at the same time. He says he's very proud of like the life that you've built and like what you've done. He's really proud of that. Um, I just want him
That
to
means
like
a lot.
sit down and like what? Does your husband wear boots? Does he do
Work
work
boots.
boots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He says he goes sit down and like have a beer and take off his boots. That's all he said. I was like,
That's so
okay.
funny. Yes,
Um,
he loves his beer.
he
My
does
husband
love his
does.
beer.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, he sits with him while he has like a beer and takes off his. So I just know that your dad sits with your husband. Okay. He says that. So he has a regular truck and a work truck.
Yeah, we have a regular truck and then he has like a little tracker for a
Yeah.
commuter.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sorry, he's talking about being him in his with his work car. Like that's what he does. And I'm like, okay. So he
Oh, that's
hangs out with
fun.
your husband ever so often. He like guides him. You know, he's part of your life. He says that. Tell me. I like you when you put earrings on. You check it all the time. He's with you all the time when you're getting pretty and you're getting beautiful. Who's? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, that was you. Are y'all doing the birthday party? Oh, no, you're not. You're not, because his birthday was 2 days ago, so why would you be doing that this weekend? What is the birthday party thing about? Are you doing something? But your son's not here.
It's our grandson's birthday, but it's my
Oh,
husband's daughter, so it's not relation to my dad. But they
oh,
call
well,
me
what?
grandma, like I'm grandma, so it's his birthday today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
Are y'all gonna do a party thing this weekend or something?
He's gonna have a hunting party this weekend. The grandson is. We're not going to that because they live,
Yeah.
far away, and then they he does his little kid thing. But he was just here 2 days ago, and he said that he told us he's gonna have a hunting party.
Party. Your dad says he goes happy birthday, happy birthday. I go okay, and he says I'll be at the party. He goes no, it's not now, it's this weekend. And I go, is she making food for it? He goes no. And I said, but how is she do? Why are you saying this? So your dad's going to be at this party. I just want to let you know, like
Oh,
that's the
that's
whole
funny.
thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's. I know that was so confused. It's
So
confusing
it's
for
not
me.
relation to him.
No, I know, but it's another thing too. It's like it's a way that they get energy and they watch over, because remember too that we're all connected. And so, what makes them happy makes you happy, makes him happy. It's a whole thing. He says, and plus it's a hunting party. That just dawned on me. It's a hunting party.
Yeah. Yeah, he is definitely a boy's boy.
That's why. That's why. What? He didn't have to tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Coming around May. I don't know what May has to do with anything. What do you mean? Come out and see me. Dad's buried?
No, actually,
No.
no,
Where is he at? Where's his ashes at?
I have them.
You
They're
have
right
them.
by
Are
my
you
dog's
ever going to
collar.
spread them? Oh, okay. Are you
We
ever going to spread
we
them?
spread about like we spread a chunk of them,
You
but
did.
not all of them.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Did you do it like in a field or in a mountainscape? What'd you do? Where'd you do them at?
We did it a couple places, yeah, where he used to go hunting in Oregon, and then in
Yeah.
Ohio, where on our family's property, they have a
On
lot
the
of property up
property.
there, so we spread his ashes up there on his property.
Good, good. Okay, yeah. He's like I said, he goes like this. He talks about being in the grass, and I was like, "You're
Yep.
buried?" And I was like, "No." And then he talks about being in fields or being on mountains. Most people spread them in the
Oh yeah.
ocean. And yeah, he tell me. He's talking to your dog. He says, oh yeah, mix him and I together. Haha, yeah, that'd be a thing. They're just laughing about it. He says that, what? Did you get a tattoo for Charlie, but you didn't do it for your dad?
No, I have one for my dad.
You do have for, but you don't have one for Charlie?
No.
Okay, so that's the opposite then. Okay, yeah, he goes, he shows me, remember sometimes I get stuff for the opposite? He goes tattoo and he says one for one, but not one for the other. And so I'm like, obviously it's for the dad. I mean, for the dog, not the dad, but no, it's for the dad.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
He
Yeah.
says that,
Mhm.
what? You just kick ass. He loves you. He just wants you to know that. He is around you. He is your bright and shining star. He says that you really like to keep things clean. You really like to keep things clean. He's talking about you flapping out rugs, pop, like that or something. He's talking about how messy countertops drive you nuts. We got the powder on it. We got to get it out. He's talking about it being orange. He knows all about that. He says that dirty toilets piss you off. I understand. I understand that. Sorry, he goes psycho. So what else? What else? And he talks about the bathroom and he talks about pee around it. And you're just like,
Oh,
so know that he's with you. He's just with you on your journey all the way through. Even the simplest things like cleaning a toilet. Okay.
that's
So
funny.
I love him. Okay, I gotta also go to my next session too. Right now, I had to go as far as I possibly can because I love you. Do you have any questions for me at all? Or anything?
I want to know if he's
Yeah.
with my pap,
Oh, okay.
with my mom's dad.
Okay, gotcha. Ooh.
We called him Pap Pap.
Yeah, he says that. So Pap died after Dad.
Yeah, like
cool.
only 6 months after.
Oh my God. Okay, this is what your dad said. I said, so he probably passed before you. He goes, no. And he shows me an image of him finding his soul and being like, come on, let's go. Like, that's it. That's all. So yeah,
Oh.
did he make it? Yeah, he found him. Definitely.
Yeah.
One. I hear your grandfather, Pap, in my head. I don't see him. Interesting. He's talking about your mom being trying to be. He says she needs to be a good mother, and he says that she won't find that in this life, but she may find it in the next. So just keep kind of like the distance. I don't.
Who's
think it'll
saying
ever
that?
be
Is it
your
my pap or is
grandfather?
it my dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pap. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Your grandfather.
Yeah.
So for right now, like I always say, take a couple minutes, right? Have a good breather, have a good ugly cry. If you need me or if you have any questions, let me know. If you ever need me again, just email me first. Okay.
Thank you so much. And then the email that I want to email you pictures of my son's art. Is it the email that
Yes.
I got
Yeah.
like
Uh-huh.
confirmation and everything on?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I will that goes to my assistant, or both of them, and just so say please forward this to Amy, and they'll throw it in my box. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
All right. My love bug.
Okay.
I
Thank
love
you, Amy, so much. I love you, and I can't even express to you how much this meant to me. You were
I know.
you are a shining star to everybody that you come in touch with. You have such
love
a
you,
gift,
honey.
and
I
it's
love you. I
appreciated
love
by
you.
all those that love you.
Yeah. Anytime. No,
Well, I love you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna be doing this till the day I die. So if you need me, you let me know. You got it? All right.
I will.
Love you, baby.
Yes.
Bye.